the gym today, and there was people doing this, and it was a hardcore gym. And this happens to me all the time when I don't. Super Fitness is a hardcore gym, right? When I go to the Rush, I love y'all at the Rush, but you got some stupid members there. And they violate all these rules, except for maybe the last one, because ain't nobody wearing that shit. But anyway, we'll get to that. We're going to go over the top 10 list of lack of gym etiquette. We might even throw in a couple extra if it pisses us off enough. But I think here we go. This is brought to you by Icetori, TigerFitness.com, and big man CEO Stephen Adelaide from Icetori is getting started off.
All right, so we're going to work our way down the countdown from 10. The first thing in terms of lack of gym etiquette is sitting on the equipment like it's furniture.
Dude.
You know, it's time to understand that it's not furniture, it's not your gym, it's not your piece of equipment that you own, it's for all of us to work out on. We all pay the same gym membership fees. And so if we ask you if we can work in, then have some gym etiquette and just let's work in together and share the equipment, share the toys.
First serious training partner I had in Simi Valley, California. His name was Mark. He actually spent some time in the pen, right? And I remember there was this guy sitting on the bench reading a book between sets. He walks up, he says, "Hey, how many more chapters you got left?" Guy got up this fast. Dude had he had the jail tattoos and everything. So, that was my experience. People sitting on it. Just get the hell up. Get some blood flowing. That's why you're fat. Stand up between sets.
Give us number 9.
Number 9. This one is one I didn't even see on the list and I brought up. Leaving a pile of dripping sweat on the bench. You know that dude who gets up, he's all greasy, he's got all this stuff coming off him, he usually has chest hair coming out, gets up off the bench and there's a silhouette of his fat ass right there on the bench. I mean, that's, ugh.
Wipe it down.
Yeah.
Just wipe it down.
And just carry some wet wipes. Use some flushable moist wipes because it smells like poop. I mean, at the end of the day, God, it's just terrible.
I'll be sitting in that crowd. Man, you know what I hate? Number 8, talking on the cell phone. Like, come on, what is that important that you have to be talking on your cell phone? I mean, seriously, unless you're about ready to have a kid, your wife's giving birth or something like that. But even if that's the case, why aren't you at the damn hospital with support? Get off the cell phone. Get to work.
Take the damn Bluetooth out of your ear when you're training. You're not important. We're running companies, man. I ain't training with a damn Bluetooth in. That's just stupid.
When you're at the gym, you're there to train. Right?
That's it.
All right, number 7. One of our all-time favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Crop dusting. Everybody knows what it is, and you do it, and that's okay. But if you do it, just try to find an area of the gym where there's not so many people walking around, and if you do it and people call you out on it, then just own it. That's all we ask. Just own it. Don't act like you didn't do it.
I did that with you today. I walked over to the deadlift area, no one was there, and I dropped it, but I was wearing some tights, some spandex under my shorts, and it got caught up in the spandex. When I walked away, it had a controlled release delivery, like the original nitric oxide products, and it just kind of fumed right out.
Well, you know what's going to happen. The protein consumption and everything else going on, body's building up some good giant gas on the inside there. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But etiquette.
We've all done it. I did it on the deadlift rep today. Okay, number 6. Okay, offering unsolicited advice. And this also especially plays a role when you're looking at someone like us. Someone who's in better shape than you. When you visibly, this is your first time lifting, and you're trying to tell us, well, you want to keep a 92-degree angle on bent over. Shut up! Just leave us alone now. I will correct someone's form if they're about to completely injure themselves. If it's a newbie, you can tell they're a newbie. And I'll ask them straight up, I'm like, look, do you want a tip on this? And if they say no, I'll walk away. But if someone's about to injure themselves, that's the only way. But if you're offering advice to someone who's visibly in better shape than you, probably not the best move.
Yeah, the worst way to learn in a gym is by watching other members in the gym. You're typically going to get, the wrong advice visually at least. But, get a good book, Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, Arnold Schwarzenegger, go to TigerFitness.com. I mean, there's plenty of places online where you can find good quality information about proper form and how to train. And, that's just good gym etiquette.
Yeah.
Number 5, eating on the gym floor. I mean, really? Come on. Like you haven't had something to eat before you got in there? Sure, it's fine to have your shaker bottle, have a little bit of, your workout drink, but come on, really? Eating on the gym floor? People do that, and then they leave their stuff just on the bench or whatever? It's just nasty.
I've never actually seen that, I don't think.
Oh man,
I
I've
actually
seen it.
there's
Like,
a
people-
trainer at Gold's Gym who's eating an apple between sets.
Well, then you got the trainers, exactly. They're
Oh, yeah.
walking around, their clients are working out, and they're sitting there chowing on a Big Mac or something like that. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
get on it.
yeah, I agree.
Alright, number 4. Number 4. Talking to me when I have my headphones on and I'm in the middle of a lift. Don't do it. There's a reason why when I go to the gym, I'm there to train. I'm not there to pump up my jaws. I'm there to pump up all the rest of the muscles in the body. I put my hat on, I pull it down low, I put my headphones on, I put my favorite music in, and I'm there to work out. And I'm really not there to carry on a conversation. I appreciate when people come up and want to ask questions, but that's after I'm done training. I'll sit there and talk and answer all the questions you want, but while I'm lifting,
No, it happens all the
Don't
time,
talk.
right? People just kind of come over and start talking right when you're doing your actual reps. I mean, what are they thinking?
They want advice.
it just wrecks your whole workout. It slows down all your momentum, the pump goes away, and then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, you're back at your workout and you've lost all your momentum in the workout.
It's ridiculous.
And number 3 would be an olfactory violation. People just don't wear deodorant or shower, which we get a lot of. I mean, it kind of goes along with number 9, the sweaty guy. You gotta wipe up, you gotta clean up after yourself, and be sure to practice proper hygiene in your personal life. And people can be stanky. Maybe sometimes you gotta shower before the gym.
Yeah, don't make somebody pull out the red card for the OV.
Yes.
Factory violation.
Exactly.
Number 2 is using the gym as a pickup factory. Dude, come on. That's what you got nightclubs for. Gym is where people want to work out. And seriously, really, you think the women going to that gym really want to go there to get picked up? I don't think so.
That's if you ask most women why they don't go to more hardcore gyms, it's because of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they know guys are going to try to pick up on them, and that's not why they're there. They want to work out just like us. So you know what? Leave the ladies alone. Let them work out. If you want to talk to them afterwards, maybe. But you know what? You're there to train.
I have that same problem. Attractive women just throw themselves at me all the time.
Ever since you turned pro, man.
It's like having a Super Bowl ring. Seriously, I mean, you're like, hey, come on, I'm trying to train.
Yeah, and you got to take your jewelry off and everything, anyways, when you're working.
Exactly.
out.
You
want
can't.
your-
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it'll.
Brutal.
So, and it was.
All right, we're down to number 1,
Number 1.
and that is, I'm probably the biggest violator of
I saw a
everybody here.
picture. I saw a picture. He was worse than me.
I'm semi-proud of this, but it was back in the day.
Nice.
So, there was a look. There was a particular look that bodybuilders had back in the 80s, early 90s. Started from the head down. It would be a good-looking mullet, maybe a little
Yes.
Gary curl in the back.
Sweet.
T. Michael sweatshirt.
T.
Underneath
Michael.
that was a Surgeon of Bright tank top, cut low.
Yes.
Fanny pack. Usually had your Walkman in it.
You're going to have to find a picture of Surge just so people know.
Oh yeah. I mean, these kids don't understand.
Keep it going. Sorry. Keep going.
And that would be followed up underneath there with a pair of Hotskins spiral striped spandex down to the ruffled socks and some high top atomics.
The atomics are a must in actually dressing like a 1990s meathead. I owned a pair. I did. I owned a couple pairs. Because their line was, would you play basketball in golf shoes or something? It was like, so you had to bodybuild in atomics. And they really weren't very comfortable. I don't understand why we wore them. It was mainly for the look. It wasn't for the function.
I still know some guys that have a fanny pack. I mean, once in a while I've even sported it, when I've gone out to the hiking or something like that. But yeah, seriously, the fanny pack's probably out too, right?
Yeah, I don't think you should be wearing a fanny pack. That's
Gotta keep it hidden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really a fanny pack, because most of the guys just slid it around to the front anyways.
It was more of a crotch pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's one that gets me. There's a dumbbell rack, right? The guys who pick the dumbbells up and do the curls on the rack.
Oh,
So you're standing there
that one
waiting
was-
for the dumbbell, and dude's standing there, doing curls, and you're like, just waiting. And of course he's doing like 46 reps each arm.
Yeah.
And you just can't get the dumbbells. And that's something, just step back a little bit,
And I'll take that one further. What really, really pisses me off is people who walk across you when you're in front of a mirror. Now, I'm not saying you got to be looking in the mirror all
Oh,
the
you
time
do
to see
have
your
to.
form.
You do have
I mean, well, yeah, I want to. But
Just
come
see
on,
yourself.
and when I can count the number of reps you've passed me in front of me while I'm working out, That sucks.
It pisses me off as much as anything.
Yeah, that would easily be on a top 10 list for me. That'd be right down there at the right at the very top of the whole thing. I mean, I'm telling you, that's just a real pisser offer.
Yeah, I think that there's so many things you can do in the gym that piss me off. But these are, I think, well, and just, what aggravates me a lot is trainers nowadays. They think that the more, and this is as a trainer, we're people who train, we're all, we got that mentality. And trainers think they need to do something gimmicky and weird to get people to buy sessions. Like the Bosu ball and all this and turf workouts. And, it's so hard to watch it and not say, oh, goodness gracious, what's going on?
Get off the ball. And I mean, sure, you can use the balls and so forth, but sitting on a ball with 5-pound dumbbells aren't doing anything. One, they're not doing it for the core, which is why the trainers think they're on it.
Yeah.
Two, it isn't doing anything for your arms. I mean, at least lift heavy if you're going to get on the ball or something.
Well, the thing is, hasn't been shown to have better core activation with a stationary bench than with the Bosu ball?
There's actually research that shows better core activation doing triceps pushdowns. How many of you guys brace your stomach when you're doing those? Really
It's a great ab exercise. It's
Exactly.
almost like a rope
Yep,
crunch.
far more ab activation in that than trying some of these ball things.
Another one, guys, I know we left it off here, but it's probably a gimme. You would think it'd be obvious, but racking your weights.
Goodness.
That's sort of gym etiquette 101, right? Is when you're done with your dumbbells, you put them back and put them back in the right order.
Yep.
And when you're done with your plates on the machine, just put them back on the tree. And a lot of people don't do that, and it's a little irritating when you get over to a machine or your dumbbells and you can't find them. And that's just simple gym etiquette. Just put your weights back. It's pretty simple.
Leg press, it's like,
Yeah.
or squats. Like my wife she'll literally chase someone down and make them take their stuff off.
Oh yeah.
And also me, while 315 on a squat rack, that's not much. I don't warm up with it, so I'm gonna have to take that off. So just take your weights off. I mean, that's probably the most common offense.
Yeah, I mean, you see the guys, and again, the leg press is really that big violator, right? Because guys want to, and if you're putting the weights on that much, do a full rep.
Oh,
I mean, that
goodness,
eighth
yeah.
of a rep, the 16th of a rep, I think we're getting down to 1/32 of a rep sometimes.
It's a tibialis press.
Yeah, exactly. It just, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of, and that's another thing. I mean, obviously, you got to throw some weight around. You got to cheat a little bit. We all agree that cheating has its place.
For sure.
Except my wife doesn't agree with that. But cheating has its place. But when every rep you do on leg press is this far down.
Yeah, well, and of course, it's not the really big guys,
No,
right?
no.
It's the little twigs that are out there trying to throw all that weight on it. How do you think the big guys got big?
The big guys actually usually on leg press are outlifted
Yeah.
by the little guys if you were
Right.
to count just overall weight. But they're actually doing reps. It's
Yeah.
funny how that works.
is
For
amazing.
for the younger guys, and even some of the new guys that come into the gym, not giving you a hall pass on this, but you may not even know you're violating some of these, but I'll tell you these are important. Going to the gym, it's about having fun, training hard, and like Mark says, it's not a game, but there are some gym etiquette that you should follow to make working out in the gym better for everybody.
I mean, you should have fun. There's nothing wrong with having fun, but it's also, respect everybody else's space and,
And old guys should not use the hand dryer to dry off their private parts.
Oh, that is the worst. What is up with guys not putting a towel around them? Like, when you're done,
Just cover
before
up.
you're sure. Exactly. I see guys, they're standing there and they get within like a foot of you and their towel's on their shoulder.
I don't want to see another dude's
just-
thing.
What is up with that?
No, that's
It's just-
that's standard. That's locker room etiquette. That's never look down.
Well, yeah, but it's not even the look. It's just that's
Peripheral.
just
It's just cover.
It's just because I see the towel up here, so I know something's going on down there. That's just the problem.
Yeah, that is locker room etiquette.
But then that would be like a whole. How many top 10? How many would you have for locker room etiquette? That's a whole
Locker
nother-
room's a ton.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
But not as much as the gym. I don't think I'd come up with 10 for the locker room.
I don't know. I don't really want to try to come up with 10 with the locker room.
But you know what? This is a good top 10 along with some additionals. If you have any, comment below or do a response video to this and post it up, because I think it'd be really funny to hear your take on gym etiquette. Because we see a lot of funky stuff.
You betcha.
Yeah. So this is great. But you guys have anything to add to the list or?
I think we knocked them all out, man.
You bet.
I did, and speaking of knocking out, someone might knock you out if you violate any of these, because training in hardcore gyms, it's not a game.